taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the new stuff. You cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots. You are not as tough I'm back, you know that I never left. I got tracks and some music that you never guessed. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got hard. I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, 'cause I'm great at that.
All right, everyone, what's going on? Welcome to Unscripted. Jay, my cohort in crime. How you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. Ready to talk some chubby Tua.
Oh, yes. And as you can see, if you're checking us out, of course, on our social media platforms at Facebook, X, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Doing things a little bit different. We're going to be doing some shorter episodes instead of our usual hour-plus long episodes, just to try things different. And you know, sometimes we like to branch out and do different things. And so instead of having, 3-4 topics in one episode, we're going to have 3 separate episodes talking about these certain topics. And we'll see how it goes, Jay. I'm looking forward to it. But, hey, man, I'm glad to have you along as always. And, of course, like I said, check us out on all these social platforms so you don't miss a single post. Jay, you brought it up, my friend.
Yes.
Chubby Tua, Ryan Clark, and Tua Tagovailoa. We all know Ryan Clark, former player, current analyst, and Tua, the current quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. Shout out to our boy Rob Strite. Had some heated words, Jay. So go ahead and tell the people what was said. So I know you probably got pages on pages of notes. So tell the fans what was said and what were your thoughts, and I'll give my thoughts on this. So go ahead, my friend. The floor is yours.
Hey, my first thought is he's your starting quarterback in fantasy football league.
He is, Jay. He is my starting quarterback in fantasy football.
That was my first thought. And then from there, I just kind of dove into the article a little bit. And basically, Ron Clark, said questioning Tua's offseason workout habits to the point where he said he might spend a lot of time in the tattoo parlor because, Tua's sporting a new sleeve now.
Mm-hmm.
He was not at the dinner table eating what the nutritionist had advised, and he looks happy. He is thick. And, he goes on to say a little bit, Tagovailoa wasn't in the gym during the offseason, so I'm just saying maybe, he's not in, quote-unquote, his best shape. Now, Tua was reported to be around the 230 range, dropped down to around the 225 range, and if you know anything about last season, he was playing around 217. If that gives you an idea of where Tua started, became, I think he's hovering around the 220s right now. I got to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to be a big issue. I think a lot of people tend to put a little bit of weight during the offseason, and then they get themselves back in. But at the same time, Logan, I'm going to speak out both sides of my mouth. If you want to become a great quarterback, you have to take care of your body. The ones that go the distance, the Tom Brady's, the LeBron Jameses of the world, those are the guys that are putting $1 million into their body. They're watching their weight. They're watching their nutrition. Even in the offseason, these guys are fine-tuning everything about themselves. And the ones that are pulling a quote-unquote, I hate to go this direction, but the Jamarcus Russell route or the Zion Williamson route, Those are the ones that they don't make it. They don't ever get to where they're supposed to be. Now, I'm not saying that Tua's going to go that route, but let's be honest. He's clearly not taking as good a shape, or he's not taking his career as seriously like Ryan Clark is saying. And Ryan Clark said, look, I'll apologize, but I'll tell you right now, I'll tell the man to his face exactly what I said. And why not? Why not tell him what you said? If it's the truth, it's the truth. Look, your job is to critique these guys. And it's these guys' jobs to protect their body because their body is their instrument. And if their instrument sucks, how can they perform their job, Logan?
Yeah. No, I mean, and I did see here, Jay, Ryan Clark did tweet out. This is from his Twitter account here, Jay. I'm looking at an article on CNN. And a quote, I 100% take accountability for it. I said it. I meant it. It was a joke. If asked why I said it by Tua, I would tell him I have zero issues looking a man in the eye and telling my truth. I accept any consequence, Clark wrote. Also, yeah, so, I mean, like I said, it wasn't like he was saying that this dude is fat, out of shape. I mean, honestly, it was a tame comment compared to some of the other comments that
it really was.
Analysts. Yeah, I mean, what was it that Stephen A. Smith called Kwame Brown fat Jabba the Hutt? Like, and we all know that Charles Barkley and Shaq have called Zion a combination of if both of them had a baby. I mean, I don't think it was. No. I mean, it was nothing. It's gonna be brushed under. Did Tua look a little out of shape? I'm not saying he was obese or nothing, but like I said, did he put on a few pounds? Yeah, but like you mentioned though, it's the off season, and we see a ton of guys come into preseason training camp a little bit out of weight. I'm not saying or out of shape, and it's not like Tua was grossly out of shape by any means. It's just that you gain some weight in the off season, you take some time off, you eat some food you don't get during the regular season, and you work it off in training camp, getting prepped for the regular season. So. I mean, I think it's, it wasn't a huge deal, but it was interesting nonetheless, and kind of a quiet NFL week, aside from injuries around the league, with Jerry Jeudy just happened recently that he's going to be sidelined for a few weeks, and a couple others. But, yeah, man, I don't think it's a huge deal, but, yeah, we'll see what happens, though, man. Tua and Dolphins, they got a lot of hype around them, and I know for Frankie's sake, I know that – he's hoping that Tua comes in at 250.
Here's the deal. Like I said, he was playing at 217 in the season. If he bulked up to 235, that's about around about a 20-pound difference. We're not talking like absorbent. And there is, look, when you get in the weight room or when you're trying to add muscle to your body, there is a certain amount of fat and or even water weight that you gain, because a lot of these guys will take creatine, they'll take other things. And if you know anything about creatine, which helps you to get more out of your pump, more out of your reps, it helps you get those extra weights up. Creatine is a natural thing that does help you retain water. And when you do get off creatine, that water does go away, which you see the guys come back down. So yeah. I don't know what this guy's workouts look like, or if he's just eating and not doing creatine at all. Maybe he's just eating and getting fat and getting back into shape, But at the end of the day, though, I do know this, Logan. I do believe like what he's saying. What Ryan Clark is saying, I don't think Tua's sitting around in the gym doing what he's supposed to be doing. I don't think he's following what his nutritionist is telling him to do.
Well, Jay, I have one.
And this is a guy that had a lot of issues, with hip issues. Now he's got concussion issues. If anybody should be taking the best possible care of their body in the weight room, doing rehab, doing physical therapy, all the things that you need to do to make yourself at the best tip-top shape you can be coming into the season, I'll tell you this, I don't think Tua's doing all that.
Well, Jay, I have a 5-word response to you, my friend. It remains to be seen.
Thank God he's on your fantasy team.
Hey, we'll see, man. We will see. He is on my fantasy team. So I'm hoping Tua is going to be in tip-top shape coming into this year for my squad for our fantasy league. Well, Jay, hey, man, we appreciate it. Always coming on, dropping some knowledge on this Tua. Is Tua chubby? Is he not? Just a nice little fun topic to discuss here. Just a little bit of beef in the NFL world.
Sandwiches. His name is Two Sandwiches.
Tua sandwiches. All right, yeah.
He walks around with 2 sandwiches. They call him 2 sandwiches Tua.
Oh man, what kind of sandwich is he eating? Is he got tuna, or is he rocking?
Hey! I think he's
club
got.
sandwich?
I think he's got PB and J. I think he walks around two big, thick PB and J sandwiches.
Look, man, look. If I'm beefing up, I'm dropping some peanut butter and jellies. All right, look,
Protein. It's protein.
It is protein. Look, that's the thing, Brad. You know, Jay, peanut butter. It's a great snack. Not the best in calories. Look, man, and that's the thing. 2 tablespoons is like 250 calories. It ain't nothing. And I don't know about you, brother, but I put about 6 of those on whenever I'm getting mine. I'm not saying, all right, let me measure this out. Nah, I'm getting I'm getting loaded on that thing.
And it's not the peanut butter that gets you; it's all that jelly you throw in there with
the jellies with the sugar and the bread, the carbs. Yeah.
Are you the kind of guy that puts your peanut butter and then you spread it out nice and evenly, or do you just chunk it on there and chunk it on there?
It depends on the day. Some days, if I'm feeling, if I got some time, I'll spread it out nice and even on some bread. But if I'm just wanting a quick snack, I'll just toss it on there.
You're such a control freak. I just lob that crap on there and go.
Jay gets half the jar of Jif and tosses it on there. We want to hear your comments. What do you think about this situation? Is Tua in shape? Is he out of shape? Do you agree with Ryan Clark? Do you not? We want to hear your thoughts and your concerns, of course, on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, not Instagram. We're not there yet. We'll probably get there one day. But TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. We appreciate all the continued love and support. Like I said, for my co-host, Jay McLovin, I've been your host and producer, Logan Landers. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone, and we will talk to you again on another episode of Unscripted. We'll see you then.